Hello traders, welcome back for another video. Today what I'm gonna try is the Fibonacci sequence. I've been putting this off for quite some time because I too struggle to get my head around it a little bit. So gonna give it a try today. I'm gonna use the Fibonacci sequence in combination with the RSI and maybe a handful of other strategies that I covered previously, but mostly emphasizing on the Fibonacci. And the levels of the Fibonacci that we want to focus on the most is from the 0 to 100% range. And between this, you have the 38.2% range, the 50% range, and the 61.8% range. And between the 50 and the 61.8, this is considered the golden zone in trading. And what that means is when a candlestick or the market enters this zone, it is usually a very good time to either go long or short on a trade. So today we're going to take a look. We're going to dive in, take a look, and see how to use the Fibonacci sequence and see whether or not it is profitable. Okay, guys, as you can see, I've already dived in and I'm on the GBP USD as I usually am. I've already drawn out the Fibonacci sequence that we're going to be using today. So you can see here we have the 0%, 38, the 50, and 61.8. And apparently between the 50 and the 61.8 is a very nice zone to enter a trade. You see, so between the orange and the yellow, this is a good zone to enter a trade. What I'm hoping to do is, I know there is a lot to this, to using the Fibonacci, but what I'm hoping to do is use these as my support and resistance, as well as if it enters into this zone, then, and if we're going into an uptrend, then I'm going to use this as my TP, and vice versa. If it breaks down, then this will be my TP when it goes into the downside. So I've already drawn this out, and apparently the idea is to identify the highest high and the lowest low in a given trend. So that's what we've done, or what I've done here. Below you can see my RSI, my RSI here, and so let's dive in and see if we can make a profit today. I'm just going to let the market run a little bit. So what I'm waiting for at the moment is if the market can retrace back into the 38 to the 61.8 area. And if so, that'll be, we may want to enter a trade. So you can see it's kind of going down at the moment. I'm also on the 15-minute time frame. So actually I might jump up to the hour frame, because I was told using the Fibonacci is a little bit better when you're on a much higher frame. So hour to hour, let's see if we can go day to day. So 30th of June. So I've just jumped onto the hour frame. Let's see if the hour frame works better. I think we need to see a retracement. I think we need to see something going on back into the upside. So let's just wait and see. No, it's still going down. Am I? So that's, where am I putting this retracement? That's the highest high. I think we just need to wait until it starts to trend upward, which it's doing now, which is fantastic. So I might need to readjust the sequence. So let me just put that back down to the, okay. All right, I'm not going to adjust it anymore. Here we go. Let's see if the market moves into the right direction. Increase the speed. Okay, here we go. Got a little bit of upside. No, it's just dropped all the way back down again. Yeah, okay. You know, I was doing like a bit of research into using this sequence, and to be honest, I clearly need to learn more about where to place the sequence, because they, you know, a lot of these online gurus keep saying put it into the highest high and to the lowest low. Well, the lowest low is always moving, so that doesn't make any sense. And where can I back test it? Where can I back place it, huh? The previous lowest low will probably be here. So you want me to do a massive Like what, do they want me to draw it like this? Oh, hold on, oh, there is no, okay. What, like, do you know what I mean? So that's like from what, 18th of June to the 2nd of July. That's 30 days. Guys, come on, you know? So I'm just gonna play around, do it my own way. Because, as you guys probably know already, a lot of these professional trading gurus are, full of shit, a lot of the time. So anyway, I'm just gonna wait for it to retrace back into that 38 zone, and then I will make sure it's drawn in. Then we can see whether or not this is working. Fibonacci retracement. Remember, I'm on the hour time frame now as well. So let's take a look here. Okay, it's just going into the downside. Look at this. It's going into the downside. I mean, potentially, is something happening to the GBP USD around this time frame? I think, what am I on? I'm on, oh yeah, 2015. Yeah, so I'm doing like 1st of July 2015 to the 1st of July 2016. All right, I'm just gonna let me redraw this again. See, like, yeah, there's not a lot of logic to this at the moment for me. I mean, this is one of the struggles. Like, this is as you guys know, this is the reason why I'm doing these videos, is because this is a learning journey. I'm not a professional trader, but I'm trying to learn from professional traders and read books on this and try and practice. And I'm telling you, they're not very clear on how to really set this stuff up. So I'm gonna go drop back down to the 15-minute frame. I guess this is gonna be a trial and error video of myself giving it a go. It doesn't seem to be moving at all. Right, okay, let's just wait. I'm back on the 15-minute frame. Yeah, okay, there's big momentum going there. Okay, like, it's not hitting any of those zones, right? It's not hitting any of those zones. It hit this zone, the 50% zone, fantastic, but it's not really doing much for me. Okay, here we go. All right, so we've hit that golden zone. It kind of passed through, and I can see it wants to jump back into downside. Open for a trade. I think we need to put in a trade, right? We need to, give this a shot. The RSI is pretty strong though. It's not great, is it? Okay, we're gonna put in a short sell. All right. Need to adjust this.
Sell at market executed.
Okay, so that's been executed. And then the lowest and the TP should be around about here. Let's drop that with the stop loss above the 61.8. Okay, so if we get this, we stand to get what, 100 quid versus a loss of minus 36. Okay, let's give this a go.
Buy stop executed. Exit with loss.
Well, there we go. We lost. So, Guru's 0, and me giving this a try 1. So, so what did we lose? Minus 36. Boom. Okay. All right. So it entered that zone. I thought, because it went there, we lost a bit of that. There was a lot of resistance in that zone. Hold on. Let me just move this down. Okay. So you can kind of see, yeah, it went into that zone before, and then it dropped down, went back in, dropped down, went back in, and now it's just gone all the way up. So I didn't see much of a logic there. Could be this double bottom. You can see that there's a double bottom here, and this is a bullish Chatham candlestick pattern. Okay, well, let's just continue to see where it takes the market. Perhaps it's going to re-enter that zone, which would be fantastic if it does. Okay, so it's re-entered that zone. What do we want to do, right? If it's surged up, maybe if it breaks the 50, then we might want to do a short. If it goes above the 61.8, we can consider doing a long. So let's see what happens. It's breaking slightly above. Let me just slow this down a bit. Too slow maybe. Okay, it's rebroken above. So let's see if we can enter into another
Buy at
trade.
market executed.
Execute it and try and target that higher high. We'll just do 40. And let's put it below the 50. So there we go. We'll put it below the 50. Okay. So what do I stand to lose on this one? So we got 40 if we get it. Minus 29 if we don't. Let's see where the market takes us. So you can see what I've done here, right? It's re-entered that golden zone. It's not breaking below the 50. It broke above that 61.8 again. So I'm guessing this is that support area. Hoping it will continue to go into the upside. Let's see. Nope.
Sell stop executed. Exit with loss.
Exit with loss. I'm actually quite pleased by this because like a lot of these online gurus keep saying, "Oh, it's so easy. Oh my God, look, it's so easy. You know, you just do this," and you know, clearly you don't, right? Okay. Well, I think I need to change this again. No one really showed me that. I guess we can try a different kind of strategy. Let's jump back to the hour. Jump back to the hour. Let's take a look at the trend. Move this. So we can see here we got a lower low, a lower low, a lower low, and it's continuing to go into the downside. So this is a downward trend, right? Let's put this here and put that at the bottom here, and let's try and work from here instead. Let's work on this part here. So if we went off the hour, by the way, this kind of reiterates what a lot of traders have said, and I agree with. Everyone's support and resistance are usually different, and doing things like this, I think, you know, professional traders and people who are trying to teach you, I think they need to go into the timing as well. Like you can see down here, like this is down at the bottom here. So when I put my thing, you can see it's like 3 p.m. you know, 1st of July. And then over here, it's, you know, where did I put that low? Oh, it's also 3 p.m. Oh, okay. So I can imagine it's a pretty good hit. But when I was watching a lot of these guys doing this, their timings were all different. You know, like they'll place the higher high at 9 a.m. and then they'll place their lower low at 5 p.m. on the 7th of July. So like 3 or 4, I got to wait 3 or 4 days before I can realize where the lower low is for me to place my Fibonacci retracement. No one talks about this, and it's really frustrating. Anyway, so I guess that kind of works if we continue to do it this way. So 1st of July, 3 p.m. to yeah, 6th of July, 3 p.m. I mean, okay, let's just see. Let's just continue and see where the market takes us. I won't do that many trades with this because, as I said, I think I need to practice a lot more with the Fibonacci sequence. You can see it's just gone completely into the downside, right? I'm starting to see, you know, Fibonacci being an entire useless technical indicator for me. Could be very, very helpful for numerous people, but for me, it seems very useless at this point in time. So it's continuing to go into the downside. I can't really, I don't know where to place this part of the trade of the sequence, right? Because if it keeps going down, this just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So, you know, what am I waiting for here? This is very, very, very frustrating. Yeah, you can see it broke a previous resistance level, and then I would have been able to go into a sell position if I was using break of structure and change of character strategy, including supply and demand strategy. These things I think work a lot better. When I was researching Fibonacci, I think a lot of people use it for entry and exit positions, but I'm not seeing that. I think resistance, support and resistance levels like break a structure and change a character are way more accurate than using this retracement. And it's clearly just not working for me. So let me move it again. See if it's going to continue into the downside. Knowing our luck, it probably is. Yeah, I'm just not placing this in the right place, am I? It's not being put. What is that? Okay, if this is the highest high, let me try and do that again. So 6 p.m. This is 6 p.m. Okay, so this is sort of the right place it's supposed to be, I guess. Still going into the downside. Okay, look, guys. I mean, I'm already down by what 50, 60 quid. I'm not seeing this strategy as something you guys maybe people know how to use this a lot better than me, but look what's happening. If somebody wants to jump in and guide me a little bit here, explain to me. I'm on the hour. Let's go into the 4 hour. All right, let's go into the 4 hour one. Let's try and give this a go. By the way, 4 hours. Okay, on the 4 hour time frame, you'll look at that's a month. By the way, that's one whole month. Right? So what am I supposed to be doing with this Fibonacci sequence? I'm I want to be making profits on a daily basis, hour by hour, not month, not not waiting a month for a trade to pan out. That's just not my trading strategy. So it feels a lot like if you're going to use the Fibonacci, you may be doing this more for the long-term trades. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm on the 4 hourly. I guess what we can. It's already that's already a higher high, so that's where the high high is. So I think it's supposed to be something like no, that's also too high. Oh, it'll be the lower point. Well, I guess that made sense, right? Because it jumped into that golden area and then jumped all the way up here, but then it re-entered that golden area and continued to go down. Yeah, okay. Well, look, I'm just gonna jump back to the 15-minute one. Give this a try again. Okay, no, my new higher high will probably be there. So let's see what happens here. I've lost faith in using the Fibonacci sequence for Forex trading. I'll do a lot more practice, and maybe I'll do another video if it reverses and I can actually see how it works properly. But currently, no, guys, it's not. I don't think it's a very good. Okay, so now it's entered this golden zone. It's in the golden zone. Fantastic. Am I waiting for it to break the 61.8 or re-break down? So apparently this should become my resistance level, right? This line, the 61.8 should be my resistance. If it breaks that resistance, then I can target it into the 100. So let's give that a try. Let's see if it breaks. It doesn't break. It's going to continue breaking into the downside. Let's see if it continues to break through that 50. If it breaks through that 50, I'll enter a trade into the downside. This market's taking too long. Okay, it's broken up. So
Buy at market executed.
oh, there we go. Okay, now I can enter a trade. Well, you still need to solve these problems. They're very annoying. Okay, let me put my TP up to here. Put my TP up to that highest high. And then my stop below the 50%. Oh my gosh, that's a massive loss if I get stopped out. But okay, so 130 if I get it, but I lose 120 if I don't. Let's see how this trade plays out using the Fibonacci. And we're going back into the downside, and we lost.
Sell stop executed. Exit with loss.
So 3 trades, 3 losses using this Fibonacci as my indicator, and it's not looking good. It's clearly useless for me. Okay, I think I need to change this or move this. No, just keep it where it was, or I have no idea. Okay, let's just continue to see where the market goes. It's going back into the downside. Let's see now. Oh, no, it's going into the upside now. Yeah, it's in confluence, is it? You know, it's consolidating. Okay, so then it's still I guess, you know, that would be my resistance level. You see that? So if it breaks above that resistance level, it should continue into the upside. Yeah, it does. Yeah, see? So it broke that resistance level. So this is what I'm saying. The if I had just done uh support and resistance, all right? So this would be my resistance, that would be my support. Let me make those slightly larger and change the color to yellow. Okay, you see these two yellow lines? You see, so this would be, I could consider this my support level, and this would be my resistance. Now it's broken that resistance. If I were to put in a trade, to potentially, let me see if I can target
Buy at market executed.
one of those higher highs now with that. So 104 if I get it with a stop. Oh my gosh, that stop is. I'll just do 1 to 1. Okay, I'll put it here. Okay, let's see if it then goes on to take that support. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, okay.
Sell stop executed. Exit with loss.
I think today I'm just doing so badly at trading. Oh, look at this. Oh, all my logic is broken today. Oh no. Well, this is part of the learning curve, you know. Luckily this is back testing. Okay, to be honest, I don't really want to continue using this Fibonacci sequence. I think it's kind of useless for me. Yeah, a lot of you guys might be thinking, but you're using it wrong. No, no, no. It's just like, that's fine. And, you know, point me in the right direction and I'll study it more for future videos. That's perfectly fine. Okay, well, let's continue with the market, see what happens if it enters that golden zone. So it's entered that golden zone again. And based on previous prices, that would be the support area, which you can kind of see it's confirmed a little bit here. And no, it's not. No, it's oh, okay. Wow, what happened there? Why did this happen? Look at that. Just shot back up. I couldn't tell you why that happened. I mean, it did fall out of that, but it didn't cross that 38.2 zone. I think this is just gonna take me a little bit longer to study, but overall, personally, I think, yeah, I need to study Fibonacci a little bit more, but personally, I'm not going to use Fibonacci in you know, the future as much, unless, yeah, I can be convinced that it actually works properly. I'm not the kind of person who wants to wait around for a month to see where this market is going to take me. So if people are telling me, oh, well, you got to do it on a much larger time frame, like if you go onto the day time frame, and we drew out the Fibonacci sequence. Let's go up to about what, like this. Let me configure this to here. Okay, so from this highest point, which is the 15th of July, to this point here, is 1 year. That's a whole year. You see that? So it's like 13th of July, 10th of July, 2014, all the way to the 7th of July, 2015. Okay, so I'm not waiting a whole year to enter into a trade. Are you guys crazy? You know, so I think for long-term traders, yeah, Fibonacci might make more sense for you guys. That's just my personal take on it. But I like the 15-minute time frame, sometimes the hour frame. You know, I don't go lower than 15 minutes unless I'm just looking into the market. But it just seems like there's far too much volatility for me to accurately draw the Fibonacci sequence and then read it in a way that's going to make me a profit. That's my general take on this. So all in all, I think this is a big failure for day trading Forex traders. But like I said, what I will do is spend a bit more time trying to learn it and understand it, apply it a little bit more, and then maybe I'll make another video about that, about it later on if I see more success. Okay, traders, there it is. As you can see, I'm not very happy with the Fibonacci, using the Fibonacci sequence as part of my trading strategy. I think it could help for long-term traders. As I said, maybe I'm not doing it in the right way, but when I try to adjust the Fibonacci to try and identify a new higher high and a lower low, the volatility just completely passes through it, and I'm unable to accurately put the Fibonacci sequence into my stock trading charts. I trade on the 15-minute time frame and occasionally the 1 hour one. And I like very fast movements in the market. So using the retracement doesn't feel very good for me to trade with. I have used Fibonacci on stock trading before, and I found it to be relatively okay. Not so much something that I rely on a lot. So I generally wouldn't really recommend it. But what I will do is I'll go back and try and study a little bit more. And if I backtest and I start to use it properly, maybe I am using it properly, it's just not working. And if I do learn to use it properly and I can see that it is bringing profitability, then I will make another video stating that, yeah, clearly I didn't know anything that I was doing here, which usually I don't. Um, and show you guys how to use it properly. But yeah, I'll have to go away and study a little bit more. But for the time being, I'm not using Fibonacci retracement for any of my Forex trading strategies at all. Anyway, thanks again, traders, for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.